Hello, we are SyncFit, connecting media producers to artists via demographics. Thanks to everyone for being here and to Christine for providing this space to us. We have an awesome team and we've had a great time this weekend. I'll let everyone quickly introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny, and I am the product and market strategist for the team.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and I was the subject matter expert for this team.
I am Siddharth, and I'm the awesome person for the team.
Not sure if that worked, but I'm Kristen T. Clark, the vision and pitch lead. Our project revolves around sync and how to find the right track. We found a gap in the approach to music discovery because existing platforms' search functions primarily use artist or song metadata, but lack options to search by audience demographic. So what even happens during a sync deal? In step 1, the producer and music supervisor make creative vibe decisions about their media. In step 2, they dig through catalogs of music to find a match. This is also where artists and labels keep their content available. In step 3, royalties and rights are cleared and pricing is negotiated. These sync decisions are generally made using vibes, generic catalogs, or personal preferences. Because of this, the artist has less leverage during a deal, shouldering more risk, often settling for promise of exposure or payouts based on media success. But there's room for growth here, changing an aesthetic fit to a demographic fit. Various sync platforms exist, all catering to different market segments for different focus of use. SyncFit is positioned early in the process as an enhanced approach to demographically targeted discovery. SyncFit starts with demographics. Searching narrows the results to the interests of your target market first, and then expands to include standard parameters like genre and mood. SyncFit's different because it's audience-driven. We start with artists that fit your demographic and score the career level of your results to help maximize ROI. We find the tracks your target market prefers to de-risk selection choices and provide a discovery entry point suited to producers of any level. SyncFit benefits producers by optimizing their budget with cost-effective artists, increasing audience engagement by matching viewers' tastes, and mitigating the risk of a soundtrack flop by ensuring fan overlap. SyncFit benefits artists by expanding their audience, reaching new regions and listeners. They can enjoy increased leverage in negotiation, knowing that their audience matches the producer's targets. This leads to long-term value from the boost of monthly listeners and streams. To use SyncFit, you start with your target market demographics, then add your desired song metadata, and for further price and location targeting, you can choose artist career level and origin. All of this filtering runs through Chartmetric to provide you with the right songs for the right audience, in the right place, at the right price. SyncFit can even help you find the right market if you don't have your demographics down. Instead of using custom manual mode, you can use a reference movie to autofill the demographics parameters or match your sonic selection to the artists featured in a chosen movie. With increased access to media demographics, SyncFit could grow into predicting market demographics for a media genre, making projections for artist revenue, and estimating long-term audience expansion. For now, I'm happy to pass the floor to my team to show you how SyncFit operates behind the scenes.
Yeah. To show how SyncFit works, I will give an example. So imagine you're a movie producer from Mexico, and you want to make a movie inspired by Pulp Fiction. So with SyncFit, you can see what audience Pulp Fiction has, and based on this audience and the artists that are featured in the movie, can you pass please? Very fast. You can see what artists in Mexico have the same audience. So for instance, we did a search using SyncFit with the audience of Pulp Fiction, but of artists that have an audience in Mexico. And we were able to identify 6 artists that match the criteria. With SyncFit, you are able to find artists that are the perfect fit for your product without having to really search through all the catalog and all the artists that there are. Also, there's a way. Can you pass it again, please? The slide. Yeah. Well,
That's your time. I think you're beginning to wrap, so I think that timed well. I'm going to bring the judges on stage to ask a couple of questions. Trina, how about we start with you? Do you have a question for this group?
I do. What made you come up with this concept? Like, I know you said there's a gap for finding the audience, but music supervisors tend to work based on writing to picture, and that picture is already suited to a certain audience. So what is it that you've come up against in the industry that's made you want to implement something like this?
Initially, we were looking for a different direction of finding sync placements. And we were going to look at what was streaming while people were gaming to match that with what's popular with the market. But then we found that we couldn't even search by demographic in the first place. And so we pivoted to make something that allows you to start with your demographic instead of your other metadata. So it was just because we couldn't find a way to find the information easily.
Okay.
We were also inspired by the example of, I think, Wuthering Heights, that has Charlie XQC as an artist. And we were thinking how both the artist and the movie benefit, because they have somewhat different audiences in a way. So Charlie XQC can bring her own audience to the movie, and the movie brings the audience of the movie to Charlie XQC. So in this case, but also we're thinking about small movie producers that are looking for artists, but don't really have and when they search for artists that are good fit, they will only find expensive ones. So with SyncFit, you can filter to get only very small artists or very, let's say, cheap artists that are a good fit for your product, but are also like in your price range.
And can I just ask one more question? Does this take into account production libraries that is music made for sync already? Or is this purely for people who have released commercial music?
No, this is for artists in general.
Yeah, like commercial music.
So
really.
actually
it's a
released
separate
music, not sat on a production library.
Yeah.
No, it's not connected with other libraries. It's just for finding the things that you would then do the rest of the process in another platform.
So based on people having released music.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one. Was there any consideration in porting this concept over to brands? Because I can see like on the creative side, I totally see the argument of using like one creative entities and another to bring the audience together. But I can also imagine from like a brand perspective or an advertising perspective, it's a pretty powerful case to make of, you can bring music with the built-in audience that mitigates the risk there. So I was just curious if that had come up in conversation.
Yeah, also,
when
because when you search for an artist, you can also select, you can also say, okay, I want an artist that has an audience interested in this product.
Yeah.
Because for instance, I want an artist that has an audience interested in beauty and makeup, imagine. Or an artist with an audience that is interested in cars. And this is information from Instagram.
Are a part of it. And we really wanted to make it for everyone. We even thought fans would think it's super cool. So it's a thing for everyone to just find the stuff that is fun to look at with the connections here.
Because it's not only to buy to find artists based on demographics, but after you find them, you can filter them by a lot of things. You can filter them by interests, by mood, by genre, by popularity. So first you find based on the audience that you're interested in, but then you can also add more layers to it, depending on the type of product you have.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
on top of the, I'm sorry, please.
I'm sorry. I'll let you answer and then we'll
Thank
wrap.
you so much. Just wanted to add on to what Alessandro was saying, was that our biggest holdback for all of this was the availability of data. All of this data is very closely guarded by the industry, not available open. And that is why we didn't include more interest in brands and stuff. But if given the data for somebody in the industry, this could be amazing. We could integrate this with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team 4.